Well, hello again and welcome to Psychic A1R Radio. Susan Kennedy here. I'm really pleased to be with you. It's a beautiful sunny day here on the Gold Coast and just recovering from Christmas. Too much food, not enough rest, I think, but really enjoyed my Christmas and I hope you had a really good Christmas as well. So in a few minutes, yes, I'm going to take a couple of callers and see what messages can come through for those people. And, you know, I find at this time of year it is a really strong time for guidance because we're going into a new year. We're reviewing what we did last year. So a couple of things I just want to talk about first. First one is, what are your intentions for next year? So have you, not so much about New Year resolutions, but more, what do you want to achieve next year? And I would ask you to look at that in a very different way and ask yourself, what brings you the most joy? And do you actually know what brings you the most joy? And I find that when you when you can connect in with that energy of what really makes you joyful, that's where your intention should be, because you're here on earth to make yourself fulfilled and happy, and your passion will usually tell you what it is that you need to do. So I know for me it's about working with people. I love helping, I love empowering. So I've got great retreats coming up this year. I've got some really wonderful things happening. But what's your passion? You know, what do you really want to do? And the second thing is that comes to me from Spirit today is to talk about trust, and can you find ways to trust? So it's about trusting yourself, that it's okay to get into your passion, about trusting in the goodness of others. Do you trust that if you put your plans into place, that other people around you will support you? And maybe they will and maybe they won't, but that's part of your lesson in life, is to learn how to really be all you can be. So can you trust yourself enough to take those first steps to do what makes you happy? And the second thing is, or the third thing, sorry, is to talk about surrender. Are you able to surrender yourself? Surrender your fear. You're able to find that fear inside of you, that fear that says you're not good enough, you know, people won't listen to you, that the universe won't give you what you want. Are you able to surrender that fear and to let go? Because as you go into a new year, you want to do something differently. You want to do something really amazing, because you're here to do that. We're all here to do that. So I invite you to look at surrendering your fear, to look at surrendering your lack of belief in yourself, and to really begin to focus on your passion, on your trust, and on your ability to really be amazing in this next year, because that's what you're here for. Okay, so that's my little spiel from Spirit on how to live life and how to love your life. Now I'm going to take my first caller, who is Myra in San Diego. Myra. Hello, Myra. Hi, how are you? And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
How can I help you, Myra?
Hi. Well, I just wanted to know what's coming for me for the next year, for this new year that's coming up.
Okay. And Myra, do you mind if I get your date of birth? Just helps me always.
Yeah. April 15th, 1990.
Okay. Okay, so you're going into a very creative year next year. One of the things I feel for you is it's a time when you're going to let go of a lot of restrictions around yourself. I feel it's more to do with your work. And I have a sense that you must be wanting to do something where you're speaking or where you're, you know, on stage or something like that, but it's more of a presence for you next year. Do you understand where I'm going with this?
A little bit.
Yeah, I feel it's around your confidence. You know, it's around saying, okay, I'm going to let go now. It's almost as though you've been restricted in what you're doing. And I feel that there's going to be a big push to help you become more confident in your life so that you can work with what you're here to work with. Do you work with children?
I have my own kids, so I'm a stay-at-home mom at the moment.
You're a home.
But
okay.
Yes, and I also used to work with kids before
Sorry?
I had my, yeah.
say that before about the other children. What did you say?
Yeah, I used to work with kids before. I used to be a stay-at-home mom because I have twins.
Yeah, so that makes sense to why I'm seeing that. And, if I look at relationship with you, I just get this sense that it's more about you gaining more independence. So are you in a relationship? Are you with the children of your father?
Yes.
Father of your children. Okay. So my sense is it is a lot more freedom for you next year. It's a very creative year. It's one where there's a lot more commitment. So are you actually married?
No, I'm engaged.
Yeah, because it was funny when I did that, I was just putting the ring on my finger. So I had this sense of, I feel like there's more commitment coming into the relationship. But in order for that to happen, my sense is that you are becoming a lot more aware of your need to stand up and to speak up for what you want. And it's almost as though you're saying, I'm not a child anymore. I'm an adult and I can do this and I can do what I want to do. And I feel that there's a great new strength coming with you, that you're I also get a sense of more learning and perhaps some home education for you next year. So it feels that because I think you're itching to get out and do something, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Yeah, because when I look at you, and I see your energy, you're someone that is such a vibrant person. You actually need to be around a lot of people. That's the thing for you. You need connection, and I feel like your confidence is growing, and that you're going to get more involved with furthering your education in some way, so that you can then get more involved in life. But it's almost as though the next year. So are you very tired at the moment?
I'm very what, sorry?
Are you very tired physically?
Yes, I am. I'm drained.
Yeah. And again, part of what you do is you're always trying to, it's like you do have many things on the go, is how I see it. And it's as though you're always trying to stop things from, it's like I've got all these cooking things happening and I'm trying to stop them boiling over. So in a way that's, it's metaphorical to say I'm always trying to make sure that everybody's happy and that nobody gets upset. Yeah. So you put a lot of your energy into that. And at some level next year, I feel you're learning to take a little step back, because the only people that can make people happier themselves, and you've got a great big heart and you want to help everybody, but my sense is that you're going to learn how to let go a little bit more so you can replenish your own energy. And it's more about focusing on what you need and taking a rest. And at some point, I feel like, you need a little break from the children as well. It's a little bit like, okay, I need some me time and I need to be able to replenish my energy, because there's a fear within you, a little fear that if you don't do everything, that there'll be, people will not think as highly of you. So you to let that go. And are you looking after your mum as well, or do I sense that there's more required of you?
I think we stopped communicating. I don't know if that has something to do. Yeah,
because I see a wall there. I see that there's this this feeling. So I know that I feel as though your mum would like to speak, but she doesn't know how to. That she hasn't got those skills. Yeah, she hasn't got those skills to know what to do.
Yeah.
And I know that she has very high expectations of everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. And she also has a way of pushing people away from her. Right. And what you're doing right now is you are focusing on yourself, which is a good thing. You have to focus on you. You have to focus on your children. I know that there are feelings of not being fully supported in that, though. But everything I see says for next year that you're learning that you can stand on your own 2 feet, that you are able to, because a lot of what I feel with your mum as well, and it will happen in other relationships, feels a lot about boundaries. I feel like people always want too much from you. And yet part of your mission in life is to learn how to say no nicely and to learn how to protect yourself so that you can have more energy for yourself and what gives you joy. So, I know that you're here with great gifts for the world, that part of what you need to do is to really balance your mind. I know that knowledge is important, and I know that next year I do feel more home study. I feel like that's your key to your freedom that you're looking for.
Okay.
So to pursue it, and know that you will have the capacity to do it, because I know there's a part of you that's afraid to spend any money on yourself as well. But it's almost as though I know that you will get that support that you need, that it will come, and that you will do very, very well. I just know as well that you, it's almost as though you're creating a new picture of yourself, and the angel card I draw for you today is manifestation. So what that means is to recognize for yourself that you have the power with your mind to visualize what you would like and to bring that into reality. And I believe, because I know you're very creative, I know you haven't fully tapped into that yet, but I know that as the year goes by, it's going to be an amazing year for you. So take on that your next year will be creative. It is about you. You're going to find more strength, and it's going to be a very enlightening year for you. So I hope that helps you, Myra.
Thank you, that does. Thank you so much.
That is my pleasure. All the very best, and I wish you a happy new year. Okay, so next we have Michelle in Westchester County, New York. Michelle, how are you this evening?
Good. Nice to meet you too, Susan.
You too. It's always hard for me to say good evening when I'm looking out there at the sunshine, but hey, it's okay. So how can I help you, Michelle?
Susan, I want to know about my dating life.
About, sorry?
My dating life.
Your daily life. Yeah?
Oh, my dating life.
Oh, your dating life, sorry.
The person I'm involved with.
Okay, yeah, no problem. All right, so let me have a look at that. All right, so Michelle, my feeling is that I feel as though you're not speaking up fully in that relationship, and that you feel as though you, the image, I always work with images in my mind. So as I connect in with you, the feeling that I've got is that I'm not fully speaking up. And I also feel that it's been a little bit of a battle, and I'm not fully trusting in myself. Do you understand where I'm going with that?
Well, I want to know, I've been told he has to make change, and is he going to make the change that he knows he needs to make?
Okay, because it is about trust, all right, because that's the energy I get around it. It is about trust. What's his first name, Michelle, if that's okay?
His name is Michael.
Michael, okay. All right. So if I look at Michael, and I just want to tune into him a little bit so it helps me. So would I be right that he has a lot of emotional issues going on?
Yes.
It's all right. I'm sorry I'm stopped. I'm just trying to tune in there. I know that for you it feels like things are stalemate. I'm not sure that you feel you can trust that he will do what he needs to do. And I know in a way that you're afraid to say too much, because it's like the image I've got in my mind, it is like it's a match. It's like it's a boxing match or a wrestling match, and he's in the ring and he's down. So what I feel is that, he's got the fight in him, but he's, it's like you want to cheer him on, you want to help him. But I think you're also recognizing at some level that you have to step back and allow him to do what he needs to do. And so there is this feeling with you of, what can I do about it? So will he do...
Will we be living together in the near future?
Living together?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my sense is... So, I mean, obviously anything can happen, but right now there feels as though there's a block there. And I feel as though there is something within him that is stopping that right now. Do you see that?
Well, I want you to tell me, what could be realistic for the coming year.
What could be what, sorry?
I want to be realistic what is going to go on in the coming year.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So if I look at that and say being realistic, what can you do? I know that it's a gamble, all right, because what I'm seeing is there's a gamble there. It feels like he hasn't fully dealt with what he needs to deal with. And my sense is that if you go in to live with him, you'll become his organizer, his mother, and that will further take away power from him. So in order for this to be successful for you both, my sense is that you need to step back a little bit and have that, that he still has a little bit of work to do on himself before you take that move. And that have you both been to counselling, or are you looking at going to counselling together?
No, because you know what, you got to be realistic. I know this man very well.
Yeah.
And I'm very realistic in what I'm supposed to do in the relationship.
Yeah.
And everybody can't be good in everything. When you're involved with people, some people are good at one thing, you're good at another. Yeah. And you have to use people's both qualities. So I guess what I really want to say, will we be living together like in the next 60, 90 days?
Yeah, well, if I look at that, as I said, I still feel that's a potential. Yes or no, I get no. So it's more that I'm feeling that he's got a barrier against it in some way. So, and often, I just want to do something for a minute because I want to see what's the answer here. Okay, so my sense is that there's just a bit of resistance there. Will you get there in the end? Potentially, yes. But it's like anything. There's an energy there right now. For some reason, there's a lot going on with him. And once you can work through those things together, the doors open up. So it's because nothing is ever set in stone, Michelle. Do you understand that?
Yes. And I'm also I'm very confused if we will be working together soon or not, and that's the part I'm very confused about.
Okay, so is he in the police or something, or is he in a uniform job?
No.
What's the work that you both do?
I'd rather not say.
Okay, I'm finding it very difficult to hear today. Sorry, would you say that again for me?
I'd rather not say what he does for a living.
Okay, so I'm going to wait for my producer there to type that for me so I can... It's just a very bad connection for me. So I have a little helper there, my little Santa, and he's going to type for me what you just said so I can understand it. Oh, you rather not say? I say, okay, I see. All right, I understand that now. We'll be working together soon. Okay, yeah, Dave, it's just my interpretation. So let me see, will you be working together soon? I'll go forward with work with you two together. My feeling is that the work side is the best side of it, because when I see that together, I feel like you'll do really, really well in work together. So whatever it is that you're looking at, there's a connection there with work. There's a joining of forces there. There's an energy behind that. So that feels really, really good to me. So I would say pursue that, whatever you feel is there. At the moment, it's like I've got these pieces that I need to put together, but it feels like that part of things will go really, really well. And as you do that, it feels like it clears the energy for the other things as well, because it's almost as though there has to be some very clear lines in the sand, who does what. There's, do you understand where I'm going with it? It's always very difficult when I can't see you. So I know that the work side is going to be, very successful for you, and I would pursue that. Let me see.
And what month will that start in?
What month? Well, February came to my mind straight away when you said that. So I'm going first, second week of February. And it's as though now I have to get a whole lot of things done to make that happen. It's as though I'm, really focusing on the background there to make that happen. So the, the card that came...
Are you afraid to ask me something? Because that's the feeling I get.
Well, this is what I'm sensing at the whole beginning of all of this. It's there is this feeling that he's... come on, Mike, I just want to tune in. So my feeling is, yes, he is afraid to ask you something.
And what is it?
And what is it? Did you ask me? I think you're going to have to ask him that. But if I could see what it's around, because it's more what's the energy of it. Because I don't know the full story, and you would understand that with this work.
Is it religion?
Sorry? Is it religion? No, what I'm feeling or what I'm sensing and what I'm seeing is that there's a concern with him that you can handle the full burden of him. Can he... Are you someone...
I can't handle?
The question within him, the unspoken question within him is, if I share everything with you, are you able to handle all of me? It's a bit like, can you take me warts and all, is a saying we have. So I feel that that's the unspoken question within him, because I see him giving you, it's almost like I'm giving you my burdens and I'm saying, well, can you handle it? How does that sit with you? Because I feel that he's had a lot of disappointment in the past. I feel like he's been either very depressed, or there's been a lot of, I feel like there's been a lot of authority with him that has stopped him really fully being in his power as a man. So now it's will you be a true partner with me? Will you stand by my side? And I know that you're ready to do that. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess it's, as I said, I've got this angel card, which is about new beginnings for you. So I really feel that it's a new beginning for you, because in a way, you're like Superwoman yourself. You're someone that is, always fixing, helping, and I feel that you want Michael to feel your power and your strength and your love. So it's about connecting, being open and sharing. But, I feel like the doors are going to open very quickly for you both, so that you do come together. But I guess you have to be mindful that you don't go into something that makes you into an enabler or a helper or someone that's there to look after him. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Does it make sense to you?
It's really, really, it's really hard. And
I know.
You're a sweet, sweet lady. And do you think he'll come soon and talk to me more?
I think he will, yeah. I believe that you have to ask for that, and that you have to, really open yourself up. And because I feel there's a part of you that's afraid as well to contact him. So it's to be really honest about how you feel. And yes, I do feel, and especially coming into the new year. So I feel that there's this great new beginning for you. And, just to trust in yourself more, trust in your feelings, and really be brave. Relationships are hard.
I have really respect for him, because he always told the truth even when it was bad.
Yeah.
And that's why I respected him.
Yeah.
And that's, people, no one does, people have situations,
Yeah, they do. And you've got a very open heart. So I will say to you that I feel there's a lot of love around you. I feel that you do know what is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And I know that he needs your belief, but he also needs to find his own strength and his own power. So as long as you allow that with him, the relationship has a great chance of success. Now, as I finish up with you, Michelle, I might just let you know that there is a webinar series that I've just created about relationships. So I'm going to post about it on my Facebook page, which is Susan Kennedy Medium. And there is actually a webinar I'll be doing tonight, which will be your morning, but there'll be replays of that. And there's a very special offer I'm making to people that join that program, where I'm giving individual one-on-one Skype calls with people to help them through things. So it may just be something that is of interest to you or to the other listeners out there. But I'd just love you to recognise your own strength, your own power, and I wish you well for your new year. And I know that you're going to...
You too. It's nice speaking to you, and thank you.
That's okay. Many blessings for you, Michelle.
You too. Thank you, Susan. You have a good, happy New Year, too.
Thank you. Thank you. So there we go. We finished with our readings for the week. But as I was saying to Michelle there, I hope some of you were listening, that I will be posting on my Facebook page, Susan Kennedy Medium. So if you haven't already joined me, just come along and tick like, and then you'll get some more news feeds. You can go onto my page, susanelizabethkennedy.com. And I can keep you up to date with different things I'm doing. But relationships are important. It is a new year. It's a time for you to focus on you. And I believe that when you can create a better relationship within yourself, your life will change in so many ways. So again, to go back to your intentions for the coming year, what do you want for you? If you could bring one thing into your life, what would it be? Can you trust yourself enough? Can you trust in spirit? Can you pray to bring that to you? And can you surrender your fear, your lack of belief? And can you surrender yourself to love? So I wish you well, I wish you love, and I look forward to seeing you next year here on A1R Psychic Radio. Lots of love. See you all, and let's just see. I was trying to just do one more card. And we have soulmate. So it's all about next year, finding your soulmate, which really is you first. Lots of love. Bye.